scoop there, Mike.
Let me help you.
Give him a little scoop.
I've been eyeing you up since day one, Nate.
About to get real
You're nasty.
All part of the nickname.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good Lord. It's not going to be good, I don't think.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Oh, this isn't too bad. I thought maybe we'd be like, I wouldn't see you at all.
Yeah, this is good.
I got Riz like this.
You got Riz, huh?
I got Riz when I do this.
Hey, so tell me about this. Like, what were you talking about? Oh, tinnitus. Where'd you get tinnitus from?
My ex-girlfriend.
Really?
It came on, I don't know, it could have been from rock concerts or all the loud noises in the shop when we were younger. But it did come on during like a big stress period when I was with my ex.
Oh, yeah? Really?
Big time stress, yeah. I was drinking at my heaviest too. And it just came on like, wee.
And the volume never goes down?
It goes down, but as soon as I hear something high pitched, it goes back up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
but I've learned to ignore it.
I mean, it's not
then.
from the shop, right? I mean, you feel like you spent that many hours in the shop?
I don't know. One good loud bang.
That's possible. Yeah, I guess your eardrum could be kind of sensitive like that.
I'm glad it's just one of them because the other one's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you cover it, do you feel it like ringing louder?
If I cover my good ear, I can only kind of half hear what's on the TV.
Wow.
Yeah. But the other ear is good.
Perfect.
What?
Maybe you need to hear. Look, Nate's just sitting here. He doesn't know what's happening.
I'm chilling.
Because he's always instigating.
He is.
That's why we call him
Nate.
Yeah.
All right, so we should probably tell
But
people
I think
who Nate
I've heard
is.
that it comes on from stress.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And they have the lipoflavonoid that you could dump in your ear. It's like a thing that they
How do
sell.
you spell that?
I have no idea. But you can get it at CVS.
Yeah. Store near you.
Yeah. That's all I got about that, really. I wish I had a story about the tinnitus, but
You don't?
No.
We should introduce Nate a little bit, okay? Because everyone's looking at this thing and going, "Who's this guy in the middle over
who's this
there?"
guy?
This is
Did
our,
he win
this is our boy
something?
Nate. This is the genius behind my social media, and he's been putting everything together that everyone's been enjoying so much, and it's been a really good partnership, and that's why we're doing this podcast for the most part, and that's why we're crushing it on social media. So Nate used to be a newscaster type guy, and he's got the voice for it, and he knows how to ask questions, and more importantly, I feel like Nate's been a fan for many years of the show. So he knows our background and has appreciated it. And I think it's really helped with the editing and things of that nature.
Yeah, with that said, you're fired. We got to let you go.
This is the last shot.
Yeah, right? Start with the good news.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, working with Paul, and I think this is what the audience has really wanted,
Yep.
It's been received really well by everybody, and we get a real look at you guys and these stories, and I've been telling Paul it's almost like a American Chopper 2.0, it feels like, you know?
Yeah, especially since we got, Mikey here,
Hey-o.
our special guest on every podcast.
Yeah, so far. I'm on 50% of the podcast this year.
And, Rick Petco, and I've been trying to get Vin and Code, man. They're tough. They're harder to get on, but I'll tell you.
They're very busy.
Ever since I did the podcast with Craig Jackson and we did it remotely,
Okay,
and it looked and sounded amazing, I'm thinking maybe we could get more, maybe we can get him in here, but until then, let's just start talking. Maybe I didn't want to do the remote thing because I was like,
yeah, you lose that in-person connection.
you do, and it's a little COVID-y. It's got a little COVID vibe to it, which
does.
is kind of got a
That's stuck in people's
terrible
head.
residue.
Yeah.
But it did work out really good when I did the podcast with Craig Jackson from Barrett Jackson Auctions, because it looked perfect and we ran it through our audio and it sounded good. So maybe I could go grab people where they're at. I know I'll get a lot more people. I could get so many people to do this,
Yeah, remote. It opens up. Instead of getting people to come all the way here,
Yeah.
It'll be good.
You guys ready for some questions?
We are.
Wait, a little background on Nasty Nate.
All right.
Right? You were a news guy, right?
I was a news guy, that's right.
Well, tell us a little bit about your switch in occupation.
Sure. So I was a morning news anchor in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It was a great time. But 2020 came, and I just felt like it was time for something else. I'd been in the business for like 8 years, and I loved it. You know, morning news, it was like more lighthearted, fun stuff. But for so long, you know, you're still reading terrible news stories, you know? So, but I was still interviewing people. I was still shooting my own stuff, editing, writing. And I was like, why don't I do this on my own for businesses who need it? And that's exactly what I did. So,
And it's working out.
worked out, turned down an extension in 2020, quit altogether. Said, this is it. I'm going to go out on my own, figure it out, and here we are.
Kept going
Nice,
downhill,
nice.
and here he is.
And it
Now,
just
let me
keeps
ask you a
going down.
question. So, you kept your newscaster name?
Nate, yeah, I didn't change my name or anything. Yeah, Nate Stewart. Now my real name is Nathan.
Okay.
So I don't think
Mike is Nate Stewart.
Nate Stewart's a good name.
He's like a newscaster.
It's
Yeah.
also the name of the guy you don't trust.
You don't think so?
Nate Stewart's drunk again. You know?
Like, oh,
He's
this
over,
guy.
He's over at the Stewart shop, drunk again.
Yep.
Yeah. He's asking people for
And I
money.
think a lot of people think like, do those newscasters like, do they wear pants behind the desk,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
or
Yeah,
are they
going without.
drinking?
Yeah.
And you know,
A little bit of
keep you
both.
guessing. You know? But yeah, it was a cool job. I love my job, but it was just time to break free. You know, no more suit and tie, no more clean shaven. You know, no more wearing makeup.
Really? Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah. They airbrush it on now, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Really lay it on
The
thick.
ladies I know, they actually had to apply it themselves, you know, and it took them like an hour before the show.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to be camera ready for that kind of stuff, or else all the sin is showing.
Oh, it just shows.
Especially,
Yeah,
4K.
Yeah,
Dent in
exactly.
your head when you fell off a swing.
Well,
Yeah, right.
There's a statistic with that, actually. There were a lot of newscasters when they switched over to HD that got laid off.
Oh, really?
Because
They
they
were
were
like,
like-
we thought you were
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
looking.
That's exactly
You
right.
were not.
There's only so much makeup you can cover, man.
You're right. And, you know, they want to
Putty
see.
knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah, so it's cool being able to do this, though. And I know we asked the fans earlier some questions, and man, they are rolling in, and there's some
okay,
good ones
man.
here.
Me and Mikey are ready for this crossfire.
I'm not ready. I want to know more about Nate.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
I'm getting
have
pressed.
you ever been convicted of, or are you now, or have you ever been?
Convicted of a felony.
No, just kidding, Nate. I'll let it go.
That's great.
Listen,
But no, the
let's-
answer is no.
Let's get into the questions, and then
Yeah.
we could give Nate a hard time in between each question.
You're right. And for every
Pepper it in
question.
on them.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
That's cool. So I like this question. You know, you were talking about concerts and that sort of thing. And one of the fans here, they want to know like some of your guys' favorite musicians, or maybe musicians that came on the show that you're fans of, or even just nowadays, like who you guys like. You know, what are you listening to? What's on the Spotify playlist for you guys? You know,
Jeez, man, that's a really good question. You want to
Yeah.
go first?
I like Neil Diamond.
Yeah, I like Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond, ABBA. I like everything.
Yeah, everything.
do you have like a special genre of music that you're like in favor of?
I mean, I like a lot of like 60s and 70s rock. It's just the best music on the planet, you know?
I'm with him.
Tom Petty, the Beatles, you know, the Doors, the everybody's, all the good bands,
Yeah.
you know? Hendrix, all at different times.
Yeah, the Who.
Yeah, a little Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah. Yeah, Bowie.
You know, I'm a big fan of the Violent Femmes. That was
That's
the first
specific
concert.
to your time period.
It is. It
Yeah,
was the
because I
first-
like some of their songs, but I'm not a big.
Yeah, it was the first concert I ever went to. Was a Violent Femmes concert.
Oh,
And,
really?
Yep. And I went with my boys.
How was the show?
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But the disappointing part was that we got in the elevator and there was like four of us, and we look up and it's the whole band standing next to us. So it was
really?
real awkward because they didn't want to even look at us, you know,
Oh.
because they were getting ready to go on stage. We just happened
Yeah.
to get in the elevator with them.
Well, they were probably nervous too.
Yeah,
so maybe-
well, I don't know.
Or were they being
Whatever.
snubby?
No, I think maybe a little snubby is what I felt
All right.
like. But,
No,
you know, I
all right.
also was like, oh, the Violent Femmes, you know?
Sure, sure.
So I feel like that kind of ruined it a little for me just for the moment because I was like, oh, man, these guys didn't even look my way. I've been listening to their music all these years. But that's how fans feel, man.
Yeah.
They feel entitled because... Well, because there's like a little
You're
you
invested.
yeah, they're invested. And
invested.
You know, it's kind of what you're looking for if you want people to watch and, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, to get to the bottom of it, it was a great concert.
Never
I love
meet your heroes.
Yeah, never meet your heroes. That's
what I've
a good
heard, yeah.
point. Yeah, I know. Disappointment at the end of that tunnel.
But man, maybe half the time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
right.
We met
No,
Muhammad
great,
Ali. He was nice.
great guy.
And Bill Murray.
Yep. One of
Man.
my favorites.
Right.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Steven Tyler. So
Steven Tyler, really nice.
Awesome guy. We had a lot of fun with him. Rode motorcycles with him.
Yep. He was a
Flew
sweetheart.
places with him. He was great to talk to.
Yeah.
And told us crazy stories about the 60s and 70s of music.
Oh, yeah.
Just unbelievable, man. Talking
Yeah.
about like Janis Joplin and
Oh, yeah.
you know, you got to remember Steven Tyler was like late 60s.
Yeah, and some of
Like
the backstage
actually
stuff,
like mid
you
to
know?
late 60s he was in that crowd.
Yeah.
So he was around before a
early
lot of these
70s.
people died, you know, some of the, you know, so his stories
Yeah, and
about
he was
that.
into sex and drugs
He was.
and rock and roll, of course, but he was big into. I mean, he's spoken to this, so it's not like I'm rapping. out
Yeah,
or
no,
anything.
and I got to tell you, man,
But,
as far as like music goes, think about it. Like Steven Tyler, dude, this guy has made he's made good music, like new music for like 40 years.
Yeah, they stay relevant.
Most of these
Or they
guys
pop
are just
up at least. Every now
yeah,
and
they
again.
stay relevant. I know
Yeah.
we talked about this before, but just because of the topic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Oh, by the way, I do love the Violent Femmes. I know every lyric to every single song, and I really don't have anything against them. It just was the experience that I had, you know.
how about you, Mike?
Me?
First concert?
First concert. Oh shit.
Or favorite musician that like came on the show? Or you got to meet even outside the show?
Favorite guest?
Yeah, favorite guest.
Well, favorite guest, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened to Bill Murray in New York?
No.
You know, Bill Murray's like, how can you upset Bill Murray? He's like one of the
Oh
coolest
yeah,
guys.
yeah. I saw that guy stepped on him.
Stepped on him and he was like,
Really?
you better back off. It's like, man.
Yeah,
you
dude.
upset
And I
Bill
got to
Murray.
tell you, for as big as Bill Murray is, and I've heard some stories about him dropping elbows on people, he
Yeah.
was pretty nice about it.
He walked away from it.
Oh, yeah?
And, you know, but the guy was
Oh,
way
he was
too
laying on the
close.
ground and someone stepped on him.
No, he was walking away somewhere, and a fan like came up and I think stepped on the back of his foot or something.
Yeah.
Or pushed him or something, shoved him.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think it might have been like one of these paparazzi guys.
It was too close to him. And he's like, you better back off.
He's
But
like,
it was
you
like,
step on me again, I'll
and it seemed like
yeah?
something else
punch
was,
you.
Yeah,
or
something
like-
else was leading
it was
up
pretty.
to it.
It was pretty mellow though. He didn't seem like outraged, but he was not happy. And he's like 6'3", you know.
Yeah,
he's not
yeah.
a little guy.
Yeah, and I think he's not afraid to punch someone in
No,
the face.
he's from Chicago, man. He's
Yeah.
punched a lot of, and he's gotten
And he's-
punched in the
he's
face
Irish.
a lot. Yep, that's right.
He's Irish.
I'm serious. Those guys, and he's got all brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, they
He
know
might
how
have,
to
he
take
might have
a
a
hit.
sister, but he's got brothers, you know. So
Another question here. I think this is a good one from Jeff. Obviously, Paul, I know we've talked about your collection. You got like all this stuff going on, but what the fans can't see on the podcast is the whole other side of the showroom. I mean, the walls are just lit up, you know, from wall to wall with signs and antiques and all this cool stuff. Of course, the bikes. Talk about that, Paul. Like you are huge into collecting. You even
Yeah.
said you're trying to get Mike
no,
involved
it's
in that, right?
yeah. So I told Mikey, I said, listen, you got to get involved in collecting. He's not having any of it, not even a little bit. And you know, it's a funny thing because I didn't used to think anything of everything I collect, and it was only like maybe 10 years ago when I started to really appreciate this type of stuff. And I realized it's kind of what I do for a living, right? I build these bikes and it's mostly marketing and advertising for corporations. So it's in theme, right? And that's what these guys did all those years ago when they did these beautiful graphics on signs, these big neon horses. You know, everything was like advertising and marketing, and people really tried, and the aesthetic was beautiful. And we don't quite have that anymore. You know, like big signs are being replaced by phones and stuff like that. So I have such a great appreciation for the art of what it is, especially it's very much Americana art, you know? And I've had a good eye for it for a long time. And man, once you get bit by this bug, it's over. It is over, man. It's the collecting bug.
Really?
And yeah, because I keep a lot of stuff, but I buy and sell a lot of stuff, and I make a lot of money buying and
But you
selling
love-
stuff. I'm not going to lie to you.
But you love to have them. You love the way they look, and you love being around them.
More than anything, the passion is what drives my understanding or skill set. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
because I'm so passionate, I've invested so much time. I got to understand values, what's good, what's not good.
Yeah.
What sells fast, what doesn't, how to parlay a sign in a trade to
make connections.
to trade up and make lots of connections. And I've been able to do that over 10 years, and it's becoming more of a business. And I was just talking to Nate about it. I feel like I got to make it like just a business, you know, not like a side thing, but like more
Do it
of a
full
main.
time.
Yeah.
Now, can you
because-
hire people, or you have to trust them, and they have to have your best
No,
interest?
I don't. I
and-
just need me.
Yeah.
I might be able to like ramp up a little bit.
Oh, get like a guy in a van who drives around.
Yeah, my thought is like maybe even buy a whole collection. I've never done that. Maybe not like a massive one, but and then have my own auction.
Okay.
Because that's all these signs get sold online auctions mostly. So this you got to have people.
Yeah,
there.
like an auction here.
I can have an auction here. We can clear the whole middle of the floor. Have all my stuff that I keep, and then do an auction with all the signs set up around the room. It would be amazing. Mm-hmm. That would be scaling up as opposed to selling one sign. You sell 100 in one night.
Yeah, dole out the wine.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Get nice
just
and sauce.
Kegs. We got to roll the kegs in for these guys. No, it would be good. You wouldn't really have people here. It would just be like
mostly
us
online.
three. Mm-hmm.
And you get these signs off of like eBay and Facebook Marketplace.
Whoa,
right?
whoa, we're not talking.
We're not going.
We're
Don't
going
give away secrets.
Yeah, I got
Sorry.
some. No, I don't use eBay at all.
Oh, okay.
Facebook Marketplace, everybody uses
in
some capacity. But yeah, man, I pick different. I'm not a Mike Wolf. I don't dig through people's garages. Listen, if you let me in, I'm going to look around. Mm-hmm. But I'm not, I'll go pick up a sign.
Not for antiques.
I'm like a different kind of picker. I'm more of an online picker. Mm-hmm. And friends. I do a lot of hand-to-hand transactions.
Well, because it's online, have you gotten anything fraudulent?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
And you could usually tell because like you could sometimes they're not from the country.
Okay.
And the way they're texting sounds like they're not from here, and
Yeah.
that'll give them away.
Okay,
like real,
man.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You're like, wait a minute, you're missing like 3 letters there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all the time, fraudulent stuff with signs is rampant. But anything online, they're always trying to rob you.
Okay.
I got a good question for you, Mike. So, it's funny, behind the scenes, you are very much involved with all this technical stuff. I mean, we got 3 cameras going on, we got lights, and you're always asking me about the mics we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And because on the last podcast, we got into, you're doing the filmmaking and all that stuff. So, tell me about that, how you're getting more involved, and is that just like something that you're interested in, doing that kind of stuff? Everything technical. On top of like the on-camera stuff.
Well, I'm trying to learn as much about the technical stuff as I can in order to carry it through into filmmaking, you know. And yeah, I seem to retain it. I just have to do things repetitively, and they kind of,
Because we were talking, you're like flying the drones and doing all that
love
too,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Renting locations.
Renting locations, or just going there and filming without permission.
Without any permits.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Stiffing actors,
Yeah.
things like that. What was the question again?
Well, just like getting involved with that kind of stuff. Like, what drew you into that? I know you said you were doing it, but like, what sparked your interest? Was it being involved in like seeing the cameras on American Chopper? And did you ask those guys like technical stuff back then, even, or is it something that just a hobby of yours?
Kind of, but it'd be like an occasional question or something.
Right.
Nothing ever really stuck.
Right.
And that was a good show. And there were a lot of really good professionals who worked on the show. But I've always enjoyed filmmaking. My mother bought me a camera, a Panasonic VHS camcorder, camcorder. And when I was at 12, and I just wanted to start making movies. I remember going to see E.T. and I wanted to go back.
See it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did I, Mike.
But I mean, I was like crying. I wanted to go back.
Oh, I was crying when he was in that thing, all pale and dying when they were both
That's
dying.
for wimps. It's the love of the theater.
Yeah, and Mikey was Mikey was all over filming stuff early on, real early on.
Yeah.
Probably like, how old were you think?
12,
Were you 12? So what year was that?
11 or 12, 90.
Yeah, like 90.
What were you filming? Just like whatever?
Oh
Just-
no,
just-
he was. Let me tell you.
Oh,
something.
boy.
That's getting on here, Mike. You have to give us that footage because
I have the VHS tape. At
it's
home.
everything from
in
Nancy
my top
Kerrigan to it was all reenactments of the time.
There's
like
some stuff in
news
there
and
because I was making. I was
the cooking stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
cooking stuff's good, dude.
What's that?
It's this cooking video he does. He hits my sister in the top of the head with a book so hard.
Oh yeah, with a phone book. Yeah, it wasn't
She's
like a stage.
"Ow, Mike."
Yeah, that
That's
really
really-
hurt. I'm like, shut the fuck up. We can't do this again. This is our only take.
Oh man.
Yeah, a lot of ridiculous stuff, and I really enjoy just coming up with an idea, getting people to go along with it, filming it, and then trying to follow through with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hardest thing to do with a film is finish it.
Yeah.
Anybody who could finish a film gets, my applause, I think,
Yeah.
It's funny.
I thought you were going to say gets money because the film is finished.
They do get money. Or they got money to begin with.
Right.
Like, that's hard to do, scrounge together investment money for a film. But I go micro budget, and so I'm the producer,
Gotcha.
But,
That's how I got involved. My mom had an old video camera, and my brothers and I did stop motion videos back in the day with like action figures.
oh, really?
And we just would film and do this, and then that's when like Jackass came out, And what's the first thing they always say? Like, don't attempt any of these stunts.
yeah.
And we
You
did
guys
all
did.
the stunts.
Everyone was smashing up supermarket carts and shit.
Yeah,
all things.
Yeah. Another good question came across here is obviously we're here in New Jersey. We're in LBI, New Jersey, where the podcast is being filmed. All your guys' time spent in New York. So I think with everyone bouncing around, they just want to know, is this a permanent place? And because then you're going down to Florida, so they're just want to know. Like,
Michael might be coming down here permanently.
Yeah, I'm coming here permanently.
You think so? You're gonna get a place on the island?
It's called squatting. There's a lot of vacancies right now, and I got to get it while it's hot.
Yeah, before the
they're
summer
not
exit.
vacant.
Right.
Right?
There's multiple options at this time.
He's got his neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just camp out
they
there a few
can't-
days.
I mean, I don't know what the squatters' rights are in New Jersey, but they're pretty awesome in New York. You get 8 months, and then the bank has to pay you $40,000 to leave.
Oh man, it's a win-win.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we're down here, man. Almost 4 years. We're permanent. We're getting ready to sell our house in New York. That's going on the market. Like, it can't get on fast enough. And we purchased another house just off the island because as much as we love our home here on the island, I need some property. My son needs some property. It's a nice little 2-acre, nice house, pond. It's what we need right now. Yeah. So we'll be getting out of Montgomery, and we'll be here full time. We won't be going back and forth. For now, my shop's still in Montgomery, and I'm figuring that out. For now, I'm not going to move because that's a big move with all my equipment, the water jet, all the boxes, the lifts, and all the bikes. I got a lot of stuff in there. But hopefully I'll be able to build something and pile everything in there. This location we're going to stay in for a little while, and we'll see, If I build a building, this might transition over there. Gotcha. That way I have control over everything, all on one piece.
Yeah, because a lot of people were asking, where's the podcast being filmed? Where are you guys?
Yeah,
we're here.
Yeah, 1714 Long Beach Boulevard, Ship Bottom, New Jersey. Not Ship Bottom, but Ship Bottom. Ship Bottom, New Jersey. Okay, it's just Long Beach Island.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, my mother-in-law lives on the island. That's how I got to know Paul here. And if you're ever down here, come check out the showroom. It's the Black Widows here. All you see the Yankees bike, build-off bikes. It's an experience coming here. So with that, we were talking about filming. This is a good question from Kat Marie. She wants to know, it's simple question. Do you guys miss filming American Chopper? Do you miss it at all?
I miss being part of the production. I don't miss the craziness.
You're right.
But yeah, I do miss reporting to work and coming up, with goofball ideas or just being part of a team trying to make episodes, film scenes.
What was the film schedule? Did you guys film 5-6 days?
Yeah,
a week?
so yes, we did. But for me, I feel like I do miss it. I don't miss it like I have to have it. I miss it like there were some attributes that you can't get otherwise, not just financially, but also kind of like a team aspect. Mm-hmm. I miss my team being together because when the show's going, then I got my guys and we're creating and building one after another, and the show really drives the sales. Put it that way. See, I don't think people really understand that about the show. They just are entertained by it. But the truth is, because you have a big platform, like when we're on Discovery Channel,
sure,
and you talk with a company about building them a bike, then there's an understood value, right?
Sure.
We don't charge for that because we can't, because we don't own the show or own the network.
But it's understood.
But there's a premium on our product, right? So,
sure.
So I think that, and then, one after another, we get to do all these creative builds as a team, and, Brendan's up, and, we got everybody's together and going to work, and that's fun, even if it's long hours. And so I'm not doing as much of that as I used to. Things are transitioning into other great areas. It's not like that. It's just what's next. But I love the idea of doing show. I like being in front of the camera, doing things, building things, creating things. It's kind of fun because you get to share your gift with people. Like I never thought about it like that until, probably more recently, but that's what you're doing, right? You have this idea of what you want to create and all these people come alongside you and appreciate it and keep watching. It's pretty remarkable.
Sure. Yeah, the fact that they keep watching is proof in the pudding there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Here's another good question, right? So we talked on the podcast your incident that happened in Tempe, Arizona with the mayor.
Yes.
And someone here wanted to know, hey, are you guys coming back to Seattle? So I guess, the question is, of all the 50 states, we've talked about some of the countries you visited, but any other states stand out that were, man, like the fans were awesome or something happened? I think people, based on the comments I'm seeing, they want to know more like of the stories like that, the stories that we didn't get to see on American Chopper.
Yeah, I think, the fans are always great. I mean, our fan base, when that show, the first 5 years of the show, the fans were it was a little overwhelming, but they were really loyal, good, regular people,
Sweet.
Not even the fan type, but just they appreciated us. We were like family to them. So I'll never forget when we were in Louisiana, in New Orleans, and that was the first time we realized that we just got blown away by the turnout. And we sold T-shirts where they had to keep printing them. And that initial audience was very interesting because it was the rawest of our fans. It was like the very first time we saw fans, right?
Yes.
And that was an interesting thing. It's like ingrained in I see so much of that room. It was inside the Superdome. So I could see the Superdome. I see all these people in chairs and all of them coming up. And the line that just never ended.
Paul Jr.
They were chanting.
Yeah.
Well,
I was riding the crowd.
That's what he's thinking.
Yeah, that's him romantic.
I was taking bows.
But it was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was sudden, so it was kind of swept your way. It made you feel like you had a rock and roll song on the radio. That was number one.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
man.
You're in a convertible.
Rolling
with the top
Stones.
Down. You got lots of women.
The Doors.
Lots of consensual
Led
women.
Zeppelin.
All right, sorry.
That's great. Well, is there any states, you said New Orleans, is there any other states where you were like, wow, these fans are great or memorable experiences?
Well, it's cities mainly,
Cities,
right?
yeah.
Because I love Austin, Texas, but I'm not a huge fan. I like Texas.
Yeah.
I like Texas, but I love Austin.
Yeah.
What about Austin?
Weird.
What about Austin?
I don't know about it anymore. I think it's turned completely left. Where they like just hate you because you're a white guy.
How was that timing?
Pretty good.
Perfect.
Pretty good.
That was great.
All right. No, I like it because it's got a lot of live music and this, it's kind of like hippy dippy artist people there, and great Mexican food. But the live music in Austin is really worth the trip. I think, anyways.
I'm trying to think of where we've been that we've been everywhere, man.
Everywhere, man.
Well, how about Florida? You got Florida going down.
Yeah,
there, right?
I got to tell you, man, through the years, I feel like the South has been our core NASCAR,
big time,
American Chopper, NASCAR, American Chopper, wrestling
fans.
Kind of fans.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. They were always the most diehard. And I think they're the most loyal because anytime I'm in the South, they get recognized.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not too much in the North.
You blend in.
Blend right in.
And Paul, you lived in California for so long too. So you've experienced are you cold weather, warm weather? You're here in Jersey now.
The older I get, the colder I am, man. I want to be warm, but honestly, we didn't really live there full time. We had a second home in Napa for 9 years. Right. And but the climate out there is the best. It's just so good. It's like a Mediterranean climate, the grapes are growing. Mm-hmm. Weather's always fantastic. Fog rolls out every morning. It's really a spectacular place.
I got a follow up for you.
What do you got?
Florida, I love Florida. There's so many things to do. Yeah, you got it?
Nope.
Oh, okay. When you go down there with your dad, obviously we've seen videos where you're helping him build, but are there any other things you get into? Because I know when I go to Florida, I'm big into the fishing, man.
When I'm down there, I get into leather.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Well, that's what I'm into when I'm down there.
Assless chaps.
Yeah. I go AWOL.
Just walk around the
jump
streets.
The gate. Yeah, I jump the gate and I head on down. Start thumbing. And
Hitchhike.
usually someone picks me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of grizzlies down there. If you know what I mean. I go bear hunting. You know?
What is wrong with
I
you,
make
man?
sure they have a gun rack. I'm sorry, Nate. What were we asking about down there?
I was asking if you got, when you go down there, like what else you guys get into? Because I know Florida, like I love fishing down there. You know, we go down there, we fish. And,
We've done that.
You know,
fishing.
Yeah, fishing, bow fishing.
Bow
well, that
fi-
was more New Orleans.
Yeah,
right?
more New Orleans. But down south, you know, we get out and do some, especially for the show. We'd always do extracurricular stuff. We always needed outside events. So
Yeah.
everywhere we went, we did like two things. We go wrestle gators or, you know, be out on airboats or jump out of a plane or anything for the show. Go race go-karts, anything like that out there, you know?
Yep.
yeah, that's cool. This is a good question from Amy. She says, "What's the most trouble you two got into together?"
I don't know.
No.
We're not really assailants.
Were you guys
No.
you guys were good kids growing up?
No, but we got in trouble separately.
Separately?
Yeah, he's 4 years older.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would beat him up sometimes.
Yeah.
Did you feel like I beat you up a lot?
What do you mean beat him up? Like actually punching?
Yeah, like a spastic, 8-year-old
Dude,
beating up his
I blocked
4-year-old
that
brother or
shit
whatever.
out,
You know what I
man.
mean, dude? This is what happens.
I blocked that shit out, man. It's locked away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
way
know.
when I finally start drinking alcohol again, I'm gonna
You let it all out.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him while he's sleeping. Kill him in front of his son.
It's like the Happy Gilmore thing, or what was the one when he's putting the Steve Buscemi's putting the lipstick on?
Oh, he apologizes and he crosses off his name because he's gonna kill him.
That's a good question, Paul. I know since I've started working with you, you guys are big into quoting movies, and I got 2 older brothers, and we quote comedies all the time.
Yeah.
And like,
It's just I do it with everything almost. I feel like if he says a word, then I think I have to sing the lyric to the song that word's in. You know what I mean? It's like this thing.
Goes.
Yeah, I don't know. We just always have done all that kind of stuff. Movie quotes, music
Everything.
quotes. I think a lot of people do that, right?
They do.
I'm pretty sure.
But it's really like all of our friends do that.
Yeah,
Right?
they do.
I mean,
Yeah,
one way or another,
definitely.
everybody loves a Happy Gilmore line. Or,
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber.
Or Big Lebowski. There's a million lines in there.
Don't you think that's just a guy thing? Because my mom will be like, "What the hell are you guys talking about?"
Yeah.
Or
No,
my wife will do this.
it's more guyish because we can't shut up, you know?
Yeah.
We're like, shut up.
Plus, we actually have senses of humor. Women don't have. No,
Mike's gonna get in
it's
trouble.
true.
Mike's
No,
getting
it's
in the
not
weeds,
entirely
getting in the
true.
weeds.
You're right. I mean, we're not live, right?
Yeah, this is live.
This is a mock run through.
I just got a quick shock to the system. Sorry. I didn't
Wait,
mean
what
to-
were we just talking about?
We were talking about comedies and quote
Oh yeah,
movies and all that
like
good stuff.
what was the Michael,
You used
what
to
was
yell,
it?
and a good day to you, sir. That's from the Big Lebowski.
That's right.
Yeah, that's,
the Big Lebowski is like, bro, how you
most
do those
quotable.
quotes?
I know a few of them.
Yeah. Dude, it's
But Dumb and
funny.
Dumber, I think I could recite Dumb
Oh,
and Dumber.
yeah.
Or any Adam Sandler movie. Yeah.
that's
I know you say, "Damn you, Scuba Steve." That was
Yeah,
one of the first things I
damn
heard
you,
say.
Scuba Steve.
Yeah.
And that's from
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That is a good movie. It's a heartfelt one.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's still putting out movies. He's got like a Netflix deal, so he puts a
yeah.
movie out like every year or something.
And with great success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
This is a good question, Paul, from Rick. The American Bike Fest. This is something we have not really
Yeah,
touched on.
let's talk about that.
American Bike Fest.
Michael's going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, so AmericanBikeFest.com.
That.com.
Yeah, we're having our very first inaugural.
Inaugural.
It's
It's not first.
not first annual.
Man, I tell you what, people will get on you.
I
for
know.
that.
Well, this is something I
Jeez.
need to just clear up right
Yeah,
now
yeah.
for everyone. Okay, Michael's going to be there,
I'll be there.
and it's going to be good, man. We're looking at starting a bike festival. What is it? October? What's the dates?
Well, you're
October-
getting into promoting here.
Oh, September. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Paul's-
Yeah. Sorry. I'm. you
Paul's
got the
really
dates?
getting into
Yeah,
a notoriously
bro.
sleazy
I know it's
profession.
It's September 11th, 12th, and 13th. Like,
September 11th.
yeah, so
12th.
we're going to be doing like a first responders ride
Oh yeah,
on September 11th. Michael's going to be on the ride.
I'm going to be on the ride.
Paul Jr. is going to be there.
Paul will be there too.
Nate's going to be covering it with the drone shots and all that good stuff.
Nate's going to get hit by a bus. Nate's going to break his femur. Sorry, Nate.
And it's going to be good, man. It's going to be a good event. We got
That's in Long Island, right?
Yo,
Long Island. Oh,
Molly Hatchet.
Molly Hatchet's going to be there.
Molly Hatchet's going to be there.
Wow,
And
flirting with disaster.
flirting with disaster.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly that. And Hinder.
Hinder.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I've seen Hinder. I shit you
Have
not.
you? Yeah. No, they got.
Is Hinder a they're a modern country group? Or no?
I don't know really how to describe. No, they've
think
had
they're
some.
rock, right?
They've had they've had some hits, and they play. You know, they got a big following.
Okay.
That's this year, and it's going to be good. So we got music, we got rides.
I
We're
really
going to be
think I've
doing.
seen Hinder
You probably have.
because I was going to see another band. I think they opened for them. All right, I'll leave it alone because.
In any event,
Yeah.
it's going to be good.
At that event, it's going to be good.
And next year, it's going to be even bigger.
Huge.
Huge.
And that'll be
Big.
the second annual. That way you can
Next
say that.
year, it'll be the second annual. It's going to be huge.
Second annual, no, it'll be the first annual next year, right?
It's going to be huge.
It goes inaugural
It'll be
and then
inaugural and then second annual.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no first annual?
First annual's not a thing. I remember doing this in TV. They would be
they
like,
cons-
it's
you
never a
consider it
first
stupid.
annual.
So it's inaugural and second annual.
and then third annual, fourth.
oh,
annual.
it's going to be huge.
First annual sounds so much.
It sounds good.
Going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. It's all right.
talk about
hey,
nicotine
listen,
addiction.
you got to edit this thing anyway.
I know.
so
Talk about nicotine addiction.
take your pauses.
Paul used to love smoking butts, man.
Man, I used to love smoking
He
butts.
and Vinny would share a hotel room, and I'd walk in, and the two of them would be playing PlayStation, sitting Indians. Sorry, crisscross applesauce. On the bed with their shirts off and their boxer shorts, just smoking cigarettes, ashing in each other's chest hairs and shit. No joke. Like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man.
You didn't join? You didn't join in?
Chain smoking
No,
Marlboro
it
Red.
was steamy enough up in there.
We're
chain
gonna have to
smoking
ask him about
parliaments,
that.
right?
That was so funny. We did though. Everything he's saying is true, except for the chest hair and the ashes.
Yeah. They'd be ashing in some, coffee mug.
Oh, we had fun back then, dude. We had nothing but fun, didn't we?
Nothing but fun.
Oh,
That
I miss. And you know what?
We were
that type
invincible.
of fun. That type
You're
of fun
young.
really ended when the show split.
Yeah.
Really, even when Vinny left, I think. When Vinny left the show,
Yeah.
we lost that like magical team, like that the initial A team kind of dissipated, and
Yeah.
those road trips became half as fun. Later on, they became fun again, but
Kinda.
those early days
Yeah.
were the first time we experienced that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And you can't ever get that back. You can have fun again, but those big moments,
Yeah.
they only happen for a first time once.
That's it.
That's it.
Once.
And we did it with that crew, man.
While we were young.
While we were young. I like that.
No joke. I think how good that is, because a lot of people get success when they're older, right?
Yeah.
When you can really do some damage to yourself. Well, I did the damage in my 20s.
Early on.
got it done
Hey,
early.
man, high five. Yeah, no, that's funny. I think you're right, though. I mean, and I feel like I was at a great age for the success because I had worked a lot of years, man. I had already put in, I started working when I was 12. We got the show at 26, right? So
26.
do the math. What's that, 14 years?
Yeah.
I was already working 14 years like a man works 14
Yeah,
years.
doing iron
in the
work.
iron works. Yeah, so it was a tough job. So
That
when
was. Oh, sorry. That's another topic.
when success came, man, I knew what it was to to work your butt off, have nothing to show for it virtually. You got paid, but yet like by Monday I was borrowing money already,
Wage
and
slave.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, that's like I just knew what it was, how hard it was to make money. So when the success came, I had a different level of understanding and appreciation. Where I think if you get it without going through that, without working, that's how sometimes people get off the rails really fast because they don't have a perspective of what it really takes to make money, And that's helped me my whole life. And my father was really good about pushing us in that direction,
Not good enough. blow a hit of weed.
Come on, Mike. Sorry. Give me a break, will you?
I was doing that for comedic effect.
Yeah, well.
And now I look like a fucking jerk.
How was that timing?
I'm cramping.
All right.
Yeah, I'm getting left.
Here, throw that microphone. Push it away so you can take the...
Okay.
He's good.
That was perfect timing.
That was good.
That was an
I'm getting
actual.
better with these buttons.
Yeah, yeah.
I got lucky the first time. I just hit a button.
That was great.
In showbiz, they call it a spit take,
Yeah, okay.
but that was authentic.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, Paul.
Thanks, Mike. I'm
timing.
trying, man. I like this control scenario.
You're not funny, but you have good time.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, people when they pay compliments, but they take a little. Boom,
Yeah, they pull a little away. They
Yeah.
don't want to give you the whole compliment.
No, they just want to twist your nipple at the end.
Yeah. It's like it's passive and aggressive all at the same time.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's a left-handed compliment. I've heard it called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although our brother Dan's left-handed.
Yeah, so he might take offense to that.
No, he's a pretty sarcastic chap.
Yeah, he sure
He
is.
can really insult you.
Yeah.
He's like
Oh, yeah.
Don Rickles sometimes.
Oh man, he's
funny.
ruthless.
It's very
No,
funny.
Dan just says he's the guy who says things that no one should say.
Yeah.
It's not like it wouldn't like shock the room. He just brings up stuff that everyone else is thinking and no one will say.
Nobody will say
in
it.
a family situation.
Yeah.
However bad it is.
He'll
Yeah.
break the ice.
He has to talk about it.
He's like Brad
No,
Pitt.
he's not breaking the ice. He's like
No, it's the way he
he's
is.
creating the ice.
He's like a conveyor belt of things that you just shouldn't say, but he says anyways.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of old school.
a matter of fact, he loves
But he's funny. He's funny too, so you get away with it there.
Right.
And he's harmless.
He's the oldest.
no,
Yeah, and he's not mean either.
I'm the oldest.
Oh, okay.
Paul's
And
the
then
oldest.
and then Danny, Michael, and my
Oh, okay,
sister
gotcha,
Kristen.
okay.
Yeah, so I'm talking away.
Yeah, I
from
was
the
going to tell you.
microphone like a dummy.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, you gotta be.
Drifting away there.
But yeah, he's if he knows like there's a scenario where there's two people sitting next to each other that don't necessarily agree on something, he might bring up that topic.
Yeah. He'll bring up a sore subject,
But in a very
Or-
opinionated way to really throw gas on the fire.
Does he know he's doing it? He
Oh
knows?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think he lives for
Yeah,
it.
he loves to mention the elephant in the room. Okay. Oh yeah, and then have a good laugh, and then stick there. It's not like he instigates
Yeah, he
and
wants
runs
to keep
away.
talking about it.
He just wants, he wants to keep going with it. Pretty funny guy.
That's great. I gotta say, the ladies here are asking about you, man.
Oof, man.
Is Mikey single? Is Mikey married?
Yes, single,
Single.
Check.
Ready to mingle?
ready to mingle, ready to swipe right, ready to swipe
right.
in any direction.
Are you on any of those apps? Are you
Ready
dating?
to just swipe.
Yeah, ready to swipe.
Right.
Write that down there.
Yeah.
Respond.
Ready to swipe. But I'm telling
Yes,
you,
the
man, that's
simple
all
answer.
the-
The short answer is yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Cool.
Cool.
Married.
All right, ladies. So there you go.
That's it.
This
Hunt
could
him
be
down,
good,
find
man.
his address.
Because it's been I've been out in the desert. A lot of it's kind of
Wait, what do you mean by out in the desert?
well, I haven't really had the company or intimacy. Is intimacy too?
I mean, no, I mean,
No, I just haven't had the
companionship,
companionship of a woman in
friendliness,
probably 3 years.
fondliness.
Yeah, fondling and fondling. The suppleness and some of the juices.
Come on,
All right, sorry.
no more smoking any of that stuff.
All right,
okay?
sorry. Yeah, you're right. Well, I was just,
I'm just
I'm doing that for comedic effect. I don't really do that.